So shall we start?
Good with me.
Okay, so I'll be presenting my screen now.
Mm, Just an introduction. Please wait for your
Okay,
turn.
so good morning. My name is Anuj Majumdar, and I will be presenting EduAir by our team Rush B No Stop. So in this time of pandemic, the education sector has been affected the most, and we students were the closest ones to experience it. To solve this global problem of pandemic, the need of skilled medical professionals is the need of the hour. So I'll just present my PPT. Is the screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so tackling the problem. So as our big tech companies have tried, we have tried to tackle this problem using online classes, using various video conferencing applications. But we believe we can deliver much better. So our platform provides an extra dimension to online education by introducing augmented reality. Now I would like my friend to show a video demonstration of the app that we have made. So my friend Munal will take over the screen sharing.
Yes, just a second. Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so this is the demo video.
Good evening. This will be the demonstration of our project EduAR. In this time of pandemic, education has been hit the hardest. EduAR is an attempt to make online learning fun by improving the flaws of current system by adding another dimension to online learning, that is augmented reality. We have created a platform for education where students can learn through the use of 3D models. Like if a professor wants to demonstrate a car engine or a biology teacher wants to describe to his students the human skeleton or any other topic which will require the physical model. Through the current media, it is not possible for the teacher to put across his insights to the students beyond a certain aspect. Now let us walk through the platform. We will start by creating a meeting by clicking on the Start a Meeting button. Now the users will land on a Connect to a Meeting page. This will allow them to adjust their camera and set the username. Now we are connected to a meeting. Suppose I'm the teacher and I want to teach a particular model today. Then I will share the link of that model in the chat with the students. Each model will be independently rendered in every student's device. As we can see, the rendering of the model is accompanied by generation of a unique QR code for that model. This QR code can be scanned using a smartphone application AR viewer created by us. After scanning the QR code, the model will be loaded in the smartphone, which now can be viewed in the AR by a student. The student can also zoom in the model and see various angles by rotating the camera.
Waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
So sir, if you would like a live demonstration, we can present it to you in this meet only. Just a second, I will share my screen. I hope it's visible. So this is our platform. So I'll go to start a meeting. Put my username. So, sir, this is the link. I'll copy it and share it on the Google Meet chat box. So you all can join over there. I hope the code is delivered to you. You all may join using your devices also. So the next thing would be that one of my friends will send a code to me in the chat box. Monal, can you please share a link? As you can see, I have received the notifications. So I'll take the link from here. I'll copy it, paste it over here and click on view. So you can see that our augmented reality model of the human skeleton has been presented. You must also have seen that the QR code is generated by it. Now I'll request one of my friends to show you the augmented reality app built by us. So Krishna, take over.
Yeah, now I will present my mobile phone screen. Uh, so I hope it is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So now I will open the app we have built, AR Viewer. Now by using this app, I will scan this model, skeleton model, in my mobile phone by scanning the QR code. And now as we can see that the skeleton model is now loaded in my mobile phone. I can rotate it and can see various parts of the skeleton. Now I will show this model in augmented reality. So as we can see that model is now loaded in augmented reality. I will reduce the size of the model so that I think now I will again load it. Yeah, so now it has loaded. I will yeah, so now it has loaded and now I will reduce the size and we can see various parts of the skeleton and I can also zoom into it. So this was our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your presentation. Um, I'd take a moment to introduce the judges with us today. We have six esteemed professionals in the judging panel, namely Mr. Rahul Kala, Assistant Professor at IIIT Allahabad, Mr. Abhinav Khare, Researcher at CMU, Ms. Ritika Motwani, Software Developer at Glints, Mr. Anupam Dagar, Software Engineer at Deutsche Telekom, Mr. Anag, Software Engineer at Qualcomm, and Mr. Aswin, Software Engineer at Deutsche Telekom. Chandrashri, please take over.
I would also like to take this opportunity to tell the rules of the final round. Each team will be given a time frame of 5 minutes for the live demonstration, and a time limit of around 6 minutes will be upheld for the question and answer session. I kindly request you all to adhere to the time limits for the smooth functioning of the event. So, judges, do we have any questions for the first team?
For the models which is there you are presenting in AR, how a teacher will be like guiding the students through it? Like the skeleton is there in a basic scenario, the teacher will be telling like this part is the shoulder or the hand or like
Yes, sir.
the stuff part. So in here I saw like each of the student is actually scanning it in their phone so they can see it. But how can they connect with the teacher so that they are on the same page?
Sir, may I answer? Sir, in our video chat platform, we have a functionality of screen share also. So the teacher can pin their own screen and share it to the class, and the students can also see it at the home at their own scene. So
the point being, when the teacher pins his own screen, he can show a specific part that he wants to teach. And when the students want to see on his own, they can see it on their own. So that's how we have tackled this issue.
And for the other part, like this AR model will not only be a single part of like the complete lecture, like the note, like there should be some sort of annotations around, like a teacher generally is habitual of doing that.
Yes, sir. So, sir, the thing that till now we have done is that when a teacher will be presenting and showing their screen, right? So they can show it via the mouse pointer and say, "Sir, it is definitely a scope of improvement. We'll like to add the annotations part."
Yes, so in the given time frame, we were able to build this, but we can surely improve upon it.
Okay.
Sure, sir. Sir, any other questions you would like to ask us?
I had a question. So, like video streaming, especially to multiple people, like in general, is a very complex problem. So, like Zoom has sort of pioneered it, and like for video streaming, you will have to support like let's say 200 people are watching the professor's stream. Um,
Yes.
is there and like the novelty of your app lies in the AR thing. So, is there a particular reason that you want to reinvent the wheel, like by basically like rewriting your own streaming platform?
Yes, sir, we would definitely like to do so. Sir, in this version, we have used socket.io as a framework, and we would like to uh, make it more scalable, right? So that more and more people can join and the quality does not degrade. So,
Yeah,
while
I
our
think that's
testing
my
stage,
question. That like, why do you want to do it? Like, what's the inherent advantage you are getting out of like creating your own video platform instead of just letting them use whatever they were using, but like using your app in conjunction with that?
yes, sir, that's a possibility. We can add it as an extension since the
Sir,
platform
Zoom
is
and
different.
Google Meet, these
Yes,
platform,
we
sir, the Zoom and Google Meet, these platforms do not, provide the ability to view the model in their own browser. So when a person joins the meeting, the students could view the model in their own browser. So that is, and also the QR code is available in the conference itself.
So that's why we went with the option that we should combine the with chat and the AR viewing functionality. Sir, we have the different code bases. We can definitely add it as a functionality to the original platforms. So that's a possibility.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, if there is any other doubt.
Sir, ma'am,
Sir and ma'am, Sir and ma'am, if you all have any other question for the team, then you all can ask. Otherwise, we'll proceed to the next team.
Sorry, I'll just ask a quick question. Hey guys,
Yes, sure.
nice work. So I just have a small question on how you're actually generating this QR code or the. So for example, you've shown us a skeleton. So where are you actually getting those images from?
Sir, so first of all, we are using very basic models that are GLTF models, and these models are basically stored on websites like poly.google.com, where they are open source. They are available in open source. So they provide us the link, and we can directly take the link. The teacher can also just search it from there and load the models. That will solve the problem. For the QR code generation part, I think Monal will answer that.
So for the QR code generation part, we used an API which would take the link and generate the QR code associated with it, and we were displaying it on a website.
Yeah, that is API already. Okay, thanks guys.
Sir, if there are any other questions.
can we move on to the next group, or is there any other questions to be asked?
we don't have any other questions, then we'll move on to the next group. The next group is Muggles. So if the other teammates can leave, and Muggles, you all can
Sure,
start
sure.
your presentation now. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
That
Good
was
evening,
fine.
everyone. Let me just share my screen. Please let me know if my screen is visible or not, and if you're able to hear me.
Yes, it's
Yes, your
visible.
screen is visible.
Okay,
Yeah,
should I start?
yeah, sure.
Okay, hey everyone, hey judges. I'm Ishan and I'm from Team Muggles, and this is a product Air Power, which is a smart energy management system. Now, let's start with a very basic question about what we are trying to achieve here. For that, I believe this article from NDTV should be a great reference about how power companies in India are losing more than 55,000 crores per year due to issues like electricity theft, meter tampering, redundancy, and various other factors. Air Power can help with those and all of these mentioned on the screen. Now, what's Air Power? Air Power is a collection of complete end-to-end services which are built around an IoT device, and this IoT device can be installed in residences, commercial buildings, and other places as a replacement for existing energy meters. Now, I will ask Mridul to help you take a closer look at what's under the hood. Over to you, Mridul.
Thank you, Shan. So let's see what components we are using. To measure the power, we are using ACS 712 ampere current sensor. Then we got ESP8266 to send data to the cloud. Once connected to the main power line, we can get household power consumption on daily basis. And this is our prototype, which had cost us around 500 rupees approximately.
Yep. Thank you very much, Mridul. So, just to give you a brief overview of what we have built, we have first of all we have an IoT-based device. This device will be installed in users in consumers' households, and it will measure the currents, which is built on top of an Arduino. Next up, we have a Flutter-based app, which is meant to be used by the users. Like, let's say you have an Air Power at your home, so you can just use that app on your device to connect with all the services. And the third thing that we have is admin dashboard on based on web, and that's for the power companies. Now let's just jump right into the demonstration of what we have built, and all this is live. So in case you'd like to follow along, you can just visit this link airpower.ishandeveloper.com. One of my teammates will share that in the chat as well. So let me just switch my screen. Can you see this? Please let me know if my screen is visible, the other one.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay, awesome. So this is the landing
Yeah.
page of the thing. Let me just scroll down. If I will just scroll down, you can see this is the dashboard that we have. This is meant for the power companies, the admin there. And let's try to dig a bit deeper. First of all, we have this complaints tracker system, which will help you to keep a track of all the complaints that your consumers have created, and you can also assign it to different people or different teams right within the dashboard. Next, we have this theft detection system, which will help you to keep a track of, which will help to like just give you a notification about whether power is being, if someone is trying to tamper with a meter or power lines or anything else. Next, we have built a map cluster system, which will help you to get real-time updates of how power is currently being distributed across the region, and you can also see how much power is consumed by an individual household in real time. Although you would think that we will stop there, but we also have a Flutter-based companion app, as I mentioned. Here, the users can pay their bills, view their usage, and also predict their bills for next month, and many more things, which we will explore later on. Let me just show you the dashboard. If you'll just click this admin login, and you will be redirected to this login page once you enter your phone number. Now this will take around 10 seconds, so I'll just show you the dashboard. Once you're logged in, you will see this dashboard.
Sorry to interrupt, but 4 minutes, only 1 minute is left. You can wrap it up quickly.
Okay, we have this dashboard. You can see all the stats that I mentioned: the energy consumption, production cost, server uptime, etc. Let me just show you the map clusters. In here, let's assume that I want to see how much electricity is being consumed by this household in Chandigarh 1616, and I can just click here and I can see how much power is being consumed there. Now, before showing the complaints tracker system, Let me show you. Let's say I have some power outage issue at my home. I can just open the app here. Okay, my emulator is not working, I guess. I can just open the app and create a complaint here. Let me just try that. Sorry, see my piece is running low on RAM. Um, yep, I can just select a category and I can just create a complaint. Once that complaint is created, that will be shown here, and the admin can assign it to different teams and mark it as completed once done. Presentation. So what else we are offering? We also have a machine learning model, like deep learning model, to predict the electricity bills for the next month. And for the future plans, we are thinking of making an API for integration with Google Assistant, Alexa, and other smart home applications. And we are also thinking of adding support for sub-phase or three-phase connections. Just to give you a quick demo of what could be possible, let's consider this as an example. This is Eve. So if you can just you can ask any questions to him, like, "Hey Eve, should I turn on the AC?"
You sure? Already
So
exceeding the
Eve, what
expectations.
Eve is actually doing theoretically is it's connecting with that REST API that we mentioned, and it's fetching the details from there, and it's measuring, it's comparing with the optimal electricity bill. Although we could have stopped there, but again we didn't. We are low on time, so that's why I'm just fast forwarding it. We have this Easter egg in case there's a power outage at your home, and if you feel you're getting bored, you can just click this board button on your device, and you can play this tic-tac-toe game either on your own with the computer or versus or like with your family. So that's all for now, and we hope you enjoy the experience. In case you have any questions, please feel free to ask them.
Okay, thank you. That was really a wonderful presentation. Our judges, does anyone have any question?
Yeah, I do have a couple of questions. So can you just quickly go back to your prototype where you have your entire, your sensors and all that stuff?
Yeah,
So
sure.
I'll just go with my question. My question is that you've mentioned about theft detection. How are you? Over there. So your theft detection, you mentioned that you're able to, kind of have a check on that. How are you able to do that? Do you have
Yeah,
a camera?
this is a pretty interesting theory. Actually, this idea popped in my head when I was in my eighth grade, and there was no electricity at my home. So, in eighth class physics, we have all read about law of conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, right? So, according to that law, the sum or the total power which is sent out by the power plants should approximately be equal to sum of the power which is currently being used by all the meters, by all the households in, like, by consuming all the
Cannot
devices.
be just that cannot be generalized, right? A lot of power can be dissipated as heat if you
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
device
that's
that's
what I
not
mentioned.
actually,
Yeah,
very power efficient. That so have you implemented that part and tested it and checked the validity of your claim, or is this just a theory as of now?
For now, it's just a theory, but like, that's why I mentioned the approximate word. Because like we can always just factor like the distance. Like for example, if a power plant is really far away from our home, and the amount of heat which is generated, we can just calculate that to 10% or something. Depends on the data that we will collect from this hardware.
Okay, and another quick question. I don't want to take a lot of time. So this power outage, so for a consumer, do they get like a notification of or some information of where the power outage happened, or in which area was a transformer, which area transformer blew up? Is that information public to a consumer, or is
No,
it only
that is not public to the consumers. The consumers can only see what's happening with their device, what's the power status at their home.
okay? So I think that can be like a future requirement because I mean, if it's a public property, then any consumer would have the right to know where there was a power outage, not with a individual's. I mean, not with an individual's meter, but in general with the transformer or something like that, they could have that information that where exactly was a power outage, so they can expect it to be repaired in a set number of time.
Yeah, as we keep on gathering more information about the users, we'll develop more metrics in the system. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, any of the other judges, does anyone have any question? Rahul sir, do you have any question for this team? Yeah.
So let's suppose in a case your device went faulty while in use, okay, it got like messed up. It's not in a working state anymore. So is it capable of like notifying the service provider that something has gone wrong at this end so that
Yeah,
they can
got
come
that.
and fix it?
Yeah, so I got your question. Now, let's just assume, like, rather than breaking off the device, let's just assume that there's no internet connection. Okay, I connected the device to my Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi just went down. In those cases, what will happen is your electricity for the household will still continue as it is for 48 hours, and after 24 hours you will get a notification on your app, like on the app we have a metric whether the device is online or not. On the app you will get a notification after 24 hours that your meter was down for the last 24 hours, and please just connect it with the application. Now if I will just show you the screen that I have here, let me just show you. Okay, what we are planning is on the onboarding experience. On the bottom of every device, we will have a QR code, and using this app, the user will be able to connect to the device via Bluetooth. So in those cases, when there's no Wi-Fi or anything, like either Bluetooth or Wi-Fi hotspot, we haven't figured that out. In those cases where there's no Wi-Fi, then what we can do is use the mobile app of the user as a client to send those metrics, and then no power will be used. No interruptions will take place. Otherwise, after 48 hours, there will be no electricity at your home. It will be cut.
Okay. But in this case, the cut literally means a temporary cut. That means you need to re-register again, right?
Uh, yeah, until the device comes back online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And in
as we keep on iterating, our device will, introduce a measure of handling all this offline. Maybe.
No, but this is something on the user side. Let's suppose this your device is not in a usable state anymore. The electricity will still continue, right? That you cannot block. But that won't get billed, and that will actually incur a loss to your electricity provider. So in that case, how will the service provider know that something has gone wrong?
the service providers will always have a status of like whether the device is online or not. So I guess we can build up a system on top of that to notify the admins if a device is like offline for more than 24 hours.
No, but that will not really work out, right? So let's suppose if I had to go out for a 1 week vacation, then it's likely that I will turn off my device, like because electricity is not required at that time. So
Yeah.
if the device will be offline, then the service provider will actually be confused if device is faulty or I'm not really at home.
Okay, I guess then, like we can think of something else. Kush, do you have any idea?
Yeah, actually, the thing is, our project is software heavy, and we aren't very good with hardware as of now, but we have tried our best to come up with something. And as we keep on iterating over this, we'll surely think of something.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then I think we are done from with this team. Thank you so much. That was really a wonderful presentation. So now I would like to welcome our next team, Common Coders. You all can start with your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Common Coders
Hello.
present from that group. Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Continue with your presentation, please. Thank you.
So is it visible? Is the
Yes,
slide
it
visible?
is. Yes, it is.
Good evening, guys. We are the team of Common Coders. So we will start with the presentation without any delay. So let's have a small introduction to the team. Myself, Vishesh Mittal. I am a second BTech EC undergraduate.
Hello, I am Pradyuman Singh Bed. I am second year undergrad at IIT Allahabad ITBI branch.
Hello, myself Avanish Kumar. I'm second year student from Triple IIT Allahabad.
Hello, myself Abhijit Sonkar, second year undergraduate.
Okay, so guys, out of the five themes that were provided by the Hint team, we chose two themes basically. The first theme that we chose was Go Contactless, and the second theme that we chose to build upon was Post-COVID Tourism. We combined these two themes to create something that could be used on a heavy scale, on a large scale, to promote both these things. So, what was the problem that we tackled? Among During this post-COVID tourism, like among this pandemic, the most severe blow which has been given to any industry, I guess, is faced by the tourism industry. So many people are afraid of going into crowds, like standing into long queues, fear of COVID, and then there are problems of hygiene and many more things. So we decided to come up with a solution to tackle this problem. So we came up with this app known by the name of Ghumakkar. Hindi translation is like those who love to travel. So what are the features of the app? Let's discuss them. So the first thing, and one of the most important key aspects of this app is the live count. We are basically keeping a track of all the tourists that are present at any tourist place at any point of time. So that a person is sitting at home, he can just see the live count of all the places and can plan accordingly, so that he can avoid all the huge crowds and much more things. And then the second thing which we have dealt is contactless billing. In many places, like for example, which provide ticket-based entry systems like Taj Mahal and many more monuments, they provide this hardware-based tickets, paper tickets. So during this pandemic, yeah, they can be a huge problem. So we have come up with a solution with a completely contactless billing, in which the user will just have to scan the QR code present in the entry gate, and then a billing will be initiated for the user automatically in the account. There will be nothing like standing in a long queue for just getting a ticket and then standing in a long queue again for just verifying that ticket. He will just have to scan the QR code, and as soon as the user will be verified, there will be a pop-up on the screen for basically the guard to let him in. And as soon as the user will exit the gate, there will be another QR code which he can scan to just stop the billing process. Also, apart from these two things, we have also provided with information about the different places that support this app, as well as he can provide reviews on these places. So let's have a basic of working. This is basically the registering user sign up screen, where the user can sign up. From this screen, the user can see the live count of different places, as well as the different cities which are supported in this app and the places in those cities. This screen basically tells about the place, as well as all the reviews which have been listed about the place. And from here, the user can also add a review if you want to. Also, these two screens are the scanning and paying screen respectively. Like here, the user can scan the QR code, and once the QR code is verified, he will be asked to enter the number of persons, and then a bill will be generated on the exit, from where he can just proceed to pay using any of his linked accounts like GPay, Paytm, and much more. Now, as far as the future plans are concerned, we would like to integrate a Bluetooth system as well alongside QR code for some places. For example, in which the user won't have to scan the QR code as well. There will just be two devices at the entry gate and the exit gate. The user will connect to them, and the billing will be initiated and terminated. As far as the model is concerned, we are considering Arogya Setu because Arogya Setu is one of the most important, it is code is so we are thinking about integrating that method where the Bluetooth devices won't have to pair up even. They will just transmit the information. Then we are also thinking of listing the services which are available at many tourist places. Like, for example, there is Akshardham in Delhi. There are restaurants which are inside the monument. So we are thinking of integrating them as well and providing special offers to the tourists which use the app. Then we are also thinking to integrate many of the payment gateways like Google Pay and whatsoever. And the last thing which we are thinking of, which we would like to add, is basically the functionality of blacklisting in case the user engages in some illegal activities. So yeah, now we would like to show a live demo of that. Ma'am, can I go? Hello.
Yes. You can speed it up a bit. Yeah. You can fast
Sorry, what?
forward it.
Okay.
Actually, we are short of time. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was
Thank.
our
Yeah.
presentation.
Thank you. That was really a nice presentation. Does anyone have any question for the participants or
Saying the
judges?
live count is like
Sorry, sir.
how are you maintaining W someone visits some place and like
So your voice is breaking. I can't actually hear it properly.
I guess I'll just ask on
Abhinav
this
sir, you,
behalf. One second. I think I
yeah,
understood the
sure.
question that Abhinav wants to ask. So basically, he's asking how are you trying to track and maintain this live viewers count?
Okay, sir. So, sir, we have like when the user scans a QR code and the aggregate, there is a field in the DB for every place wherein the number of persons he has registered will be like incremented by. And as soon as the person exits, we just decrement the same number. So we are just showing that number that basically maintains the live count of the number of tourists available at that place.
yeah, but how
But
do
that
you
is
know
the
that
as sorry.
Yes, sir.
yeah, how do you know that he exited?
Sir, there are two different QR codes. So, sir, we have a special pattern for every QR code. Like we have devised a special string, like GHUM dollar, and then there is a Boolean value which indicates whether he is entering as or exiting. And then, sir, there is a basically special ID for every place. So, sir, in case he like doesn't scan the QR code at the exit gate, so his billing process will keep on going. So, sir, this is only for the user that he has to make sure that he scans the QR code at their exit gate.
Okay, thanks.
But not everyone would be using your app, right? So there might be people who are not using your app and be inside the tourist place. So I think you should give the information clearly that this is the live count for your app, not the entire place.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, sure. That is a valid point. Yes, ma'am. We are keeping a track of only the visitors which are using
Yes,
our app.
yes,
Or ma'am, we can
yes.
just like integrate a sideway feature, like which we basically provide to the guards there. So let's say if a user doesn't use our app, the guard can do the entry for him, and then the live count will be the live count will actually be track a record of all the members. So we can provide a special app with a just a sideways small different functionality for the guard as well.
And how do you maintain the generated content?
because I think the basic problem with the reviews by the users is that there would be a lot of false reviews. So how do you tackle the problem, or it is not tackled right now?
Ma'am, as far as at the present time, we are just providing like the review functionality to every user which is present. But yeah, we can just make a small change in the code to make sure that only the user which have visited that place can review the place.
Yes.
So that will that will somehow be a better functionality than the current one. But yeah, surely we can't like completely disregard that, ma'am. That's like not.
Maybe, yes, maybe
Uh,
one of the future points can be to maintain the user generated content.
yes, ma'am. Sure. Yes, ma'am. Sure. Sure.
Okay, then does anyone else still have any question, or shall we wrap up? Okay, thank you, Vishesh. That was really a great presentation. With this, I would like to invite Bad Symmetry team and to start their presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bad Symmetry, are you all in the meet? Dhairya Patel, Shubham Kumar, anyone? Okay, then we'll proceed to the next team, Noobs. Am I audible? Yeah. Okay, Dhairya Patel has joined. Dhairya, you can start with your presentation.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah. Okay, I'll present my screen. I hope it is visible. So, hello everyone. This is Team Bad Symmetry, and we have come up with a sort of fun project. So, we have created a decentralized version of a very famous multiplayer card game called as Teen Patti. So basically, the main characteristic of our implementation is whenever a user wants to play the game, he does not need any kind of login or sign up. He just needs a browser and a cryptocurrency wallet, basically to carry out all the transactions. So what you can do is basically connect your wallet to our game, play whatever transaction are taking place. Please accept that and then disconnect it. So this is as simple as that. So let's look at a deployed version. And one more specialty is all the transactions which are going on in our game are based on ERC20 tokens, which we have ourselves written and deployed on Matic test network. These test tokens are called as chips, and one chip is around 10 to the power minus 4 ether. So in order to play a game, you need to purchase those tokens from our smart contract. And the smart contract not only contains features to distribute the tokens, but also some logic of the game. For example, suppose I am in the middle of a game and I want to basically add a bet some amount of money. So basically, what I will do is I will create a transaction in which I'll send some amount of tokens or chips from my account to the smart contract which I have been deployed, and that smart contract is basically maintaining pods based on the room IDs. The room IDs are basically rooms which client create in order to play game among themselves. When a particular room has a winner, the smart contract automatically will transfer all the money from that pot and credit it to the winner's wallet address. And all this is taken place. We are heavily relying on socket.io. So all the real-time events are done using socket.io, therefore skipping all the sign-up portion, and the cryptocurrency wallet such as MetaMask and Portis which we have connected help us in doing transactions. So this is our home screen. So basically, we have two options, as I said earlier. One is MetaMask and other is Portis. So first of all, let's start with connecting wallets. So I'll connect my Portis wallet to it. Like for time being, in order to show balance, let's move on with. Hold on for a sec.
Yeah, so first of all, I have already a MetaMask extension installed, which will enable me to show all the balances of the tokens. So right now, see, I have 184 chips, that is around crypto tokens based on smart contracts. So right now, I'll connect my MetaMask, and if you will check out the console, my application has already detected the MetaMask account. So we'll create a game. So this is basically the wallet address of my account. So the game has detected the wallet account, and currently there are this many active players. And this is the room ID which you will share with other players in order so that they can join the game. And since I said earlier, all the transactions are based on tokens, so I have to buy chips. It's the analogy is like casino, in which in casino how we buy chips. That is the same analogy here. So suppose we buy 10 chips over here. Uh, so everything is written on smart contract and is written on the blockchain. Therefore, everything has to be signed using MetaMask or Portis, whatever we connect. So right now, if we check the status of our MetaMask purchase receipt, you can see it is pending. So as soon as it is confirmed, 10 tokens will be
Sorry
debited.
to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. Only 1 more minute is left.
Yeah,
Wrap
okay.
up quickly.
So we'll start the game. So currently I've only used one player. So if and there is all the first of all we'll move on with the distribution. So currently we have only one player. We haven't added the conditional checks for adding more than one player. But this all these are basically buttons or options which they have given. But since all of them includes a smart contract interaction, everything has been written on blockchain. So as everything is written on blockchain, the first and foremost advantage is there is no fraud or any sort of discrepancy which can occur, since everything has occurred on blockchain. So here we have leaderboard, which is real-time updates. We have a chat box. We have an important stats button, and all the buttons which the functionality is same as the name suggests. And if you want me to show the game working, I'll add one more player quickly so that I can show you the game playing. Right now, one disadvantage of this game is that currently we have low ether fee set, so mining blockchain is a bit slow. Therefore, all the steps basically take certain amount of time. So we have active players, and we'll quickly start the game. So everything is synchronized. That is one important challenge we faced, that based on socket.io. So right now, I'll distribute the cards. So you can see everything has been synchronized. So suppose now the current player is Dr. Strange, which is this Chrome tab. Since we have used socket, so each Chrome tab represents a socket connection and therefore a client ID. And we have to maintain synchronization between all the client IDs of a particular room. And that room is represented by the room ID, which I showed earlier. So right now, suppose Dr. Strange wants to make a bet. So bet in this sense, he has to deduct some amount from his wallet and enter into the pot amount. Pot amount is nothing but a smart contract resting with mathematic network. So I'll confirm the transaction. So we can see the transaction of this transaction hash of this transaction, and we have confirmed transaction. As soon as the transaction is confirmed, we can see the card is updated. This card basically maintains the current bet, pot amount, previous mode play, and the chance has been shifted to PQR, which is our next step.
I think this will be all for this team. So judges, do you have any question for this team?
So the novelty for your entire project is you're using blockchain, right? Because there are a lot of No, novelty is not blockchain. Novelty is, suppose I want to play a game. I don't want to log in or sign up. For example, we have games like Scribble.io, Agar.io. I do not need to sign up, but implementing that feature here is difficult. Why? Because we need a wallet to conduct transaction. So therefore, the obvious solution was to involve blockchain in it, so that we can connect our blockchain wallet directly to our game and disconnect it as quickly as the user wants after playing the game. But there are a lot of card game websites where you're actually interacting with real money. So yeah, but the problem is we have to log in, sign up, and also add our personal account details in order to conduct all the transactions. Here we have the game is only interacting with a wallet address, which is a public key of a person which is present on the blockchain network. Hence, it is more secure, and we are sharing less information because these sites are somewhat fishy and they involve some sort of fraud. So, blockchain is basically a better solution in that case.
I have a small follow-up question on that.
Yes, sir.
What happens if someone purchases these chips and then they maybe close the session and create a new one? What happens to those chips?
No, those chips remain in their account.
How is it possible
Because
if you're not mapping it to a person? If you're not
no,
having
no,
any
sir. I am mapping it. See, basically, this is the token handling is not taking place in the front end. It is a smart contract which is present in the Matic network. So, if I'll show you the code, so whenever I'm buying tokens, there is a map. There is basically a mapping from address to the balance. Address is the person's address who bought the balance, and that everything has been stored on blockchain. So once you buy it, it will remain in your wallet forever unless until you consume it, because that is a blockchain transaction. I am not handling that in the front end. That's what making it more.
So by address,
secure.
what do you mean by address? Is it the IP
So
address?
when you have a wallet, when you create a wallet, you have something like a wallet address, which is a sort of a public representation of your identity in the blockchain network. So
Yeah, no,
anyone.
I understood this part. My question basically is this device specific? Like if I try to open it on my phone, then will I be able to access?
No, it is not at all device specific. You have, suppose this is a MetaMask. So if you install, now this is MetaMask. MetaMask is a wallet provider. For other Portis is also a wallet provider. They provide you with a wallet address and then private key. Using both of them, you can conduct transaction on the blockchain from anywhere you want.
Okay, so in a way, that's like a sign up, right? You have a wallet related details, which is unique to you.
Yeah, that is not permanent to this game. Basically, I'm adding, and I can see here you can see I have connected that to this website, and as long as suppose I don't want to have basically played the game, I don't want, I can directly disconnect it. So, and what I'm sharing is only my public key. This public key is anywhere public to the entire blockchain network. That is what it is meant for, as the name suggests. Otherwise, how could I track? How could I track changes between transactions? So if suppose I have a wallet, so basically a blockchain maintains, suppose there is a two people, A and B. Now A is giving 10 tokens to B. So the A gives 10 tokens to B is written in the blockchain. Now here A and B are replaced by their wallet addresses. So that is what, that it behaves like a public key. So that has to be public in the network. So that is according to Ethereum protocol. Oh. Oh. Your ID is basically your username, and like this is actually you're signing up. There is and no signing ID out. and something. There is no user ID or anything. So how are you mapping the user? Like you said To that. wallet address. That's what I'm saying. So the address is like your identity, right?
Yeah, address is acting like an identity, but it does not contain any of the personal information that other games use.
So I don't need a bank account or anything like that. With the other games,
Like
you
bank
don't have
account,
to directly
names.
enter your bank account. You enter your username and your password. You just
But we have to
directly
purchase
go-
some sort of Username, password for
tokens. Oh God. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I guess that will be all for your team. That was really a wonderful presentation and game. Thank you so much. So now I would like to cordially invite our next team, Noobs. You all can start with your presentation. Yeah. Noobs, Vashisht Agarwala, Nia Shamir. Is anyone present? Yeah. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Thank you. Yeah, it is visible.
Okay. Greetings, everyone. We are Team Noobs, and as the title says, this is our first ever hackathon, and we are really excited to be here. So, our project, we call it Emissionaire. So, it is a portmanteau of the words emission and questionnaire. You'll understand why. So, what we came up with is we wanted to create a platform in which people can take meaningful action against climate change. That is, they can track their carbon emissions and set a target for their carbon emissions, and bring down the total carbon emission in the country. So we'll explain how. First of all, the site has three major things. One is the credit system. I'll explain that later. Using the credit system, the user can set a target for their carbon emission, and they can achieve it, or I mean, depending on how well they achieve their target, we'll create a leaderboard for that, for their achievements. And there is a news aggregator which gives you latest updates about climate change and policy changes that impact the environment and stuff. There is also a chatbot to help us to understand, like it gives you suggestions to minimize your carbon footprint, and also it gives you like the calculation of how much carbon dioxide equivalent gases you emitted when you were driving a car today, or how much electricity you consumed, and therefore how much CO2 equivalents were emitted today. So I'll explain the credit system that we are using in our platform. So the thing is, in India, on average, every person emits about 1,800 kilograms of carbon dioxide or equivalent greenhouse gases. We will consider 1 kilogram of carbon dioxide as one credit, and we'll reduce that. So since the average is 1,800, we'll reduce that to 1,700, and each person in India will have a, I mean, this is for an example. Actually, we have separate values for each city. So each city member will have a different credit. For an example, I'm giving India as a whole. So a member in India will have, a user from India will have 1,700 credits to their name when they're signing up. That will be divided by 12. So each month they'll get a certain number of credits. What we are going to calculate is, at the end of every month, we will get information from the user about how much electricity they consumed, how much transportation they utilized, and the liquefied petroleum gases they consume. These are the main emissions from a household in India. So we took that into consideration. There are other negligible factors too, but this is mainly focused on these three things. So we'll calculate how much the user has used up in their credits, and at the end of the month, we'll see who has saved a lot of credits, and we'll take that to a leaderboard, and we'll display this person has saved the most carbon in this month. And there is also a thing there in which we can roll over 25% of the carbon which I have saved in this month to my credits in the next month. That is also a feature. And the remaining things my friends will continue about the site and its structure.
Greetings, my name is Nia Shamir, and I will be explaining the front end to you guys. So basically, we built this front end on Django, which is a Python-based framework. So while we built it, we made sure that we had a different column for news aggregator. So basically, we just took news from this website called Down to Earth, which is mostly environmental based, and we displayed their headlines so that users are aware of what's going on with respect to climate change. They're aware, so it's basically for awareness. So coming to the leaderboard, so the leaderboard, again, as Yogesh explained, is based on how much credits each user saves. So it is solely based on how much they save, and this is for motivating individuals to save more. Currently, we are aware that we need to do something, but none of us are taking any action. So we think that this will be a great motivating factor for each household. So if one of us contribute and reduce the emissions, then, and if all of us decide to do the same, then it's going to bring up the whole atmospheric levels, right? So that was the initial idea of this whole website. So again, coming to login, when each user can log in to their own page, and which will in turn, after you register, you will have a form that you will have to fill each month. So when you keep filling it, the backend will do its calculations, and then you can display it to the user. So that's how the whole website works. Right now, my friend Rishi will take over to explain the backend.
Okay, so as my teammates were discussing, we collect the username and the password, and then it's passed on to the form which collects the number of people living in the household and the city which they live in. Because according to the city, there's different credits. Because each city, there's an average. The person emitting carbon is like averagely different. So according to the city, there's a difference in the number of credits available to the person. So after that, we calculate the amount of credits used by the person through a set of calculations, and which we put it in an object and we append to a JSON file. And for every month, what we do is we use a JavaScript code to sort the JSON files and then display it as a leaderboard in the HTML. Over to Ashish, who will talk about the future scope.
Hello, everyone. First, I'll begin with the problems which we faced during the development of this app. So first thing was the IDE. So initially we were using Groom, but later we found out that AWS services are not available in that, so we shifted to Cloud9. But again,
Sorry to
that
interrupt. You are exceeding the time limit. Just be quick.
yeah, just a minute. I'll finish that. Yeah. So as I was saying, we were initially using Groom, then we shifted to Cloud9. Last, we had to work on a local hosting, and then it ended up with AWS not responding again. So we had created our own local authentication feature. Now let me come towards a future plan. So as of now, we include only 25 states. Sorry, 25 cities. We intend to increase the limit to all across the country. Second one will be a reminder feature through which users will get a reminder at the end of every month. Last is a rollover feature, which
I guess
rolls
that will
over
be
the.
enough. That will be enough. Now I will like to ask the judges. Do you have any questions for them? Yeah. All of the judges. Dr. Rahul Kala, sir, do you have any questions? So.
No, not for me.
Okay, so Abhinav sir, Ritika ma'am, anybody?
Not really. Like I'm good.
Okay, so Anupam sir.
So I'm still not very clear because I haven't seen how your portal is actually working on it. We only heard you explaining the stuff. So is there any way you can show it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, we
Can I
have a video.
just show a video
Yeah.
demonstration?
But I guess we are out of time for that. Ria can tell
Just
more
a
on it.
minute.
Yes, sir. You can wind it up pretty quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the about section. So this is the news aggregator, and this will be updated in real time. So the leaderboard will, yeah, this will also get updated. And now, so when you click on register, yeah, so this is the first time registration. And when you click on submit, you'll be taken to the form where you have to fill in all the details. And that's the chatbot which answers all our queries.
Can you be pretty quick? We are really running out of time.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Is there any smart way of, like, is this a generic answer of how can I reduce my carbon footprint?
Yeah, so as of now, we've given it particular like data
Okay,
sets, and
fine, good.
considering the bot has to be trained and
Okay, all right.
yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, then I guess that will be all from your team. Thank you so much. That was really a wonderful presentation. Now I would like to invite Blueprint. Team Blueprint, you can start with your presentation.
Okay, thanks, ma'am.
Sure.
So my screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible. You're going to continue. Yeah.
Yes, so good evening, everyone. And we are Team Blueprint. So we have created a solution to a problem which we commonly face. It may not seem a problem from our perspective, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. So presenting interactive video classroom. So what happens is, let's first focus on what the problem we are trying to solve. The problem is online classes has no interaction. We have online classes from 9 a.m. to about 4 p.m. regularly. But actually, if I think that how much I listen, that would be not more than half an hour. I am not at all attentive. Even though I try to concentrate, it may seem that I am losing my concentration. So when the classes are in person, this is not a problem because the teacher is standing in front of us. We have to focus on. So that is the thing, that online class has no interaction. For the teacher, he has to speak. He just has to speak. It's like a fire and forget event. You just speak, you hope that the listener listens and is attentively listening and just forget about it. The teacher does not get any feedback. In person, he could get a feedback from his facial expression of the students. Then the teacher cannot repeatedly stop to ask questions, because asking a question is a big trouble in online classes. The student has to turn his mic on. He may have some background noise. He may be sitting in a noisy environment. Turn that mic off. You cannot do that with a class of 60 or 70 students regularly. And what this makes is, a good analogy would be listening to an audiobook. Like, we are listening to an audiobook of knowledge and we are just trying to understand everything. We propose a very good solution this problem, and I would like to proudly say that we have picked up a problem which we faced regularly, and then we have tried our best to create a solution for that, and we are able to create a good and a working solution with the help of our skills. So the solution lies in the answer to this question: how do you know if someone has read or understood or heard something? The answer is, you ask him questions. Even when you are reading yourself, you ask yourself questions. So IVC is exactly that solution in the context of online class. What it does, it is a Chrome extension. The starting point of our project is the Chrome extension. This Chrome extension records all the captions generated by the Google Meet. These captions are sent to a server. Let's see how it works directly, as we are running low on time. So the questions are recorded. The captions are recorded and sent to the server. The server analyzes that and creates two questions. One is a fill in the blank question and one is a true and false question. We are using NLTK and machine learning. I would get to the details in a moment. So that creates two questions. These two questions are set. This question set is generated every 5 minutes. Means you can know that 5 minutes is the amount of time we need to lecture to create enough data for creating questions. These questions are sent to the mobile app. We have created a mobile app which are sent to this mobile app. The students can answer. The server, it is sent back to the server, and the response can be visualized on a dashboard we have created using a React. So I have I have a video regarding this. So we can see that the teacher is teaching Android development here, right? Let's imagine a scenario that he is teaching Android development. People are listening. I don't know how many are listening, but there are something. So what it does, it
You can
records.
go a bit quickly.
Okay, sure. So it can just record these questions. These questions are sent every 5 minutes. A question set is created. This is the mobile app. Mobile app waits for the question. As soon as the question set is available, it asks the users to answer. So this questions was generated. How this is generated? From the text we have collected, we look for proper nouns. Once we found a proper noun, we replace it with a dash, with a blank, and we put options as other proper nouns or noun words. How this true or false statement is generated: a sentence is randomly picked up, and then one of its adjective is picked up, like I am a bad person. So that adjective bad is picked up, its antonym is created using a Python library. So bad's antonym is good, so it becomes I am a good person. So as the knowledge was I am a bad person, this statement becomes false. So this way we can generate this question set every 5 minutes, and it is sent back to the response, and then we can visualize it on the dashboard we have deployed on GitHub pages. So you can note that the response time is generated, the answer, whether it was correct or incorrect, that was generated. my screen may be a little bit lagging to what I speak, but it's okay. And then we have this total scoreboard which shows the score of each student. So that is all. That
Yeah.
was our video demo.
Oh,
Uh,
that was really an interesting one. I believe a lot of questions will on this project will be welcomed from our judges.
yes, sir. Sure, sure.
Sure. Yeah.
I have one, like, how do you make sure that the questions are correct? Like, there may
Question.
be a chance, right?
Questions are correct means that teacher is the questions are not anything different. The machine learning is not understanding the context. It is just detecting proper nouns and nouns from it. So I think if the teacher speaks correctly, then the questions would be generated correctly, I guess. Does that like answer your question?
No, let's say like the whole class may be like that key in between some like non tech related. I mean, like the question that is not related to the class will be generated. Like the professor might speak something, right? So will
Yeah,
that
sure,
also
sure.
come into it?
Yeah, sure. Actually, what happens is you are absolutely correct. We pick up random sentences. So what we try to solve, what efforts we have put to solve this problem is we first of all have the term frequency. So the term frequency of proper noun is calculated, and the term frequency is, we can say, somewhat reflects the keywords of it can act as the summary. So the sentences containing the terms having high frequency are likely to be the subject of the conversation, and thus asking a question on that would be beneficial and would impart the maximum knowledge to the audience, to the listeners. So we are calculating term frequency, and the highest term frequency wins, and question is created on that. And one more thing, that like this that it may be still a possibility that a wrong question is generated. It may be possible. So we are trying, means we did not implement this, but we have thought of solution of having a report question feature. What it would do, it simply remove that question and have a new one. So as there are many questions generated using a 5 minute text, so if maximum users report a question, we can remove that and have a new one from the pool we have created.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else does have any question?
Yeah. So what is the main motive here? Is it for the teacher to check the attention of the students, or is it for the students to have a frequent questionnaire on the lecture which is going on?
Yeah, so the vision of this project is nothing but imparting knowledge. We want to impart knowledge, and we are using machine learning to do that. We are asking questions, and the science of understanding something lies when we connect things in our brain, and that connections can be made using this tool. I don't claim that this uses some complex AI. No, it's just a hack. But as we would improve this model, so the vision is to impart knowledge, to have a teacher, like we go to tuitions. Like when I was a kid, I went to tuition. So what they actually do is, you read a paragraph, they ask you some questions regarding it. So what happens is, the student understands because he struggles to find answers, and thus retains more. Thus he remembers what he has learned, and that dialogue we build with ourselves while answering the question is the key to understanding something. So that can be very well that tuition teacher can be very well replaced with our tool, while the teacher has to not pay attention to all 70 students, but the tool makes sure that everybody is listening, everybody is responsive, everybody is attentive. So I guess this is a win-win for the teacher, for the students, and like for the society as a whole, I would say. And also that yeah, sure, you can
But
continue.
the questions which are generated is sent to the mobile apps of the students. They answer and they see what the result of their answer was, like if it was correct or not. And for the scenario of a wrong question, does the teacher have access to all the questions which were sent so that the teacher can actually flag that okay, this question was wrong, so every student can discard that question?
Actually, this may be one of the features, but I won't encourage it because what happens is this is happening in a real-time class. So the teacher cannot focus on teaching as well as flagging the questions at the same time. So that is why the students, when they are flagged, that can be replaced with a new question, and that is not a big deal because even if one of the student does a flag, we are not evaluating students based on this. This is just to create an interactive environment, so we can just replace the question if it is wrong without any interruption of the teacher. And like if some serious stuff is happening, like we are taking exams using this tool or something, some situation like this happens, then probably we can have a feature to make the teacher and flag some questions. But I don't think that that would be that would align with the purpose of our building this project.
No, but without a moderation, let's suppose I had a correct concept of the question which was asked, but the tool erroneously said that my understanding was wrong on the basis I answered because there was some issue on that side. So that will be actually more dangerous, right? That will actually lead to imparting a wrong knowledge to me. So some sort of moderation is needed, right?
Yeah, surely. And my answer to, as I said before, that the moderation happens. The moderation here is crowdsourced. If people flag, that question would be replaced. I guess that would. And also, yeah, you have raised a good point that we can actually tell the correct answer to that wrong question or the correct question to that context later after the class, I mean.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. So I hope all of the questions are answered right now. Or there are still any questions that anyone want to ask? So, okay then. So let's conclude it. Thank you. That was really a wonderful presentation and a wonderful project, obviously. So with that, I would now like to welcome our next team, which is our second last team for the night. Not 404 found. Yeah. So you can start your presentation.
Yeah, just a second. Just a second. I'll share my screen.
Sure. Thanks.
Is the screen visible?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, good evening, judges. Good evening, everyone. We are Bank for 404 Found. We present to you a platform where you can get together with people, plan your music, play them using virtual instruments. So you don't actually have to have a guitar or a piano on your own. You know, in our daily lives, especially in this lockdown, most people stay in their homes, work from home, you know, stay with the same people and interact with the same people every day. It might get monotonous, and small things like music, get together really matter. So we present this platform which can help people get together and, you know, have fun in terms of composing music or playing music that simply involves gestures and not too much of instruments and anything.
So now the main aim of our building this application was basically to bring people together on a common platform so that they can like have a gala time together. And this platform was mainly intended for professional purposes, but as we know that gathering is not limited to professional experience only, and it also depends on people, like normal people having fun. So what we wanted to do was basically create an application where people can compose music together and have fun, and all they need is just their laptop with a webcam, and that's it. There is no need of any additional instruments, musical instruments, to do this. So one of the like main inspiration that led me to pursue this project was that like all the four members of my team right now, we are from the same college and we are roommates. So there, me and one of my friend Alankrit, we used to have jams together. We both play guitar, and we used to have music jams together. But when we came here, we didn't bring our guitar or any musical instrument because we were told that we would be going back after 2 months, and we didn't knew that the lockdown was going to be so long. So that was a moment where it struck us that we should do something so that we can like come on a platform where we can interact with each other and compose music together. We all know that there are existing live video streaming applications like MS Teams, Zoom and all that. But one of the main disadvantage of that is there is no extra feature provided to it. The all these platforms were available before and they're available now, but there is no such difference. So what we needed to do was to bring about some change that could like actually bring people and just have fun. That's it. So firstly I would like you to demonstrate about this the page that we have built. So this is the homepage that we have built, and this try now button actually takes you to the virtual video call platform, which will be showing you in a few minutes. So this is the place where we can actually publish our music on basically iTunes, Spotify, or whatever we want. So that can be done easily using the Python API and also YouTube, because there is a direct API available for YouTube DL. So this is the place where we can publish our songs, play a song as well. And over here you can view all the albums that we have created or the other people have created that have been published, and it is based on the reviews. So this is the about page right now. So now I'll take you to the virtual demonstration.
You can be pretty quick. We are ready.
Yeah, sure. Okay, sure. So if I go to this try now page, so you see that this is the platform this is the dashboard where you will be able to see yourself with all the instruments that you want to play. Right now, we haven't integrated the video conferencing platform because of the shortage of time and resources as well. So once I click add on friend, so this takes you to a platform where you can actually play the songs. So if you see here, these are the piano tiles, and if I just hover my hand over this, you'll be able to hear music, and here these are the drums. Same concept as the piano, and you'll be able to hear both the music simultaneously. Now I'll be showing you the virtual demonstration of the drums. Just a second.
So our main, our whole pipeline is a combination of first starting with a virtual background that we see today, and second AR based musical instruments using computer vision and OpenCV algorithms to provide a feature that is unique today and help people get together.
So if you see this demonstration, if I are you able to hear the sound? Hello?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, okay. So if you see this, if I just hover my hand over the instrument, it starts playing. So this was for the drums part, and now I'll play the piano part.
Finish it within 1 minute.
Yeah, it will be done. No worries. Yeah, so if I just hover my hand.
So on combining the AR musical instruments and the virtual background, we also plan to implement an auto tuner of sorts for the future. So if 4 people are there in a video call, and different people are playing different instruments, and one person is singing, they could compose the music into a single song, maybe for later listening, or maybe for actually composing songs and publishing them or listening to them later. So we could do an AI auto tuner that could better the song or classify them based on pitch and amplitude of the song and the notes that it had.
So right now, this platform, this is for one-to-one video call, and we also plan to do this for I mean group video calls, because we know that band does not consist of a single like two people, so it consists of it consists of multiple people. So that's our future aspect. So this is all
Okay.
about our project.
Thank you so much. So now I would like to ask our judges, do they have any question for this team?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Sir, do you have any question for him? If not, then we can conclude this. Okay, so I suppose that you made your point pretty clear in the presentation itself, so our judges don't have any more doubts. So thank you so much for this wonderful presentation and this
Thank you so much.
wonderful
Yeah, thank you.
product.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
thanks. With that, I would like to invite the last team for our evening, Algorithm. Yeah, you can start with your presentation. Thank you. Algorithm. Tushar Gupta and Harshit Gupta. Are you both present here? Yeah.
Yes, we're present.
Yes, sure. You both can start with your presentation.
Okay, so let me share my screen.
Sure.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so we decided to go with the theme, the games of yore. Okay. Is my presentation visible? I mean, hello?
Yes, visible.
Okay. So, a long time ago, in a galaxy far away, some aliens decided to invade Earth. Then began the battle of the century that today we call space fighting. This is our adaptation of the classic arcade game Space Fighting, presented by Team Algolisti. This is based on the theme The Games of Yore. So we decided to go with the Games of Yore because we were pretty bored, and why not make a game that's fun to play and fun to make? So that's why we decided to go with this theme. So let's look at the gameplay. So the gameplay is pretty simple. The controls are simple. When you start the game, you get a very classic space music. So the controls are simple. You just use your arrow keys and the space bar to shoot. So avoid laser beams, collect power-ups, and shoot spaceships. That's all there is. Just to keep your health saved and take power-ups. So in this game, we decided to go with 4 power-ups. Like if you get the heart, you get 1 up. If you get this medicine box, it generates health. The shield, you get invincibility for a few seconds, and the star, you get to the ability to shoot double targets at a single time. So beat the high score and make it to the leaderboard. Just add your name, and the leaderboard shows the top scorers all over the world. So this leaderboard is actually integrated in a database, so it's actually global. So anyone who clones our game and plays it anywhere, they see the same scores. So if I get to make the score that's in the top 10, that's it in the list of top 10, it will be there permanently unless someone else beats the same score. So there's also a history tab for curious players to learn how this game evolved. There's multiple tabs here. Actually, Space Invasion is a pretty famous game. It's been there in the last century for many years, and it evolved in many series. So the history tab will tell you all about that. So this is our tech stack used. For the front end, we use Python, and the Pygame library is what made this game possible. For the backend, we use Node.js, and we use MongoDB for storing all the data, storing the top scorers. Now, Tushar will take over the screen, and he will show a live demo of the game.
Okay, let me share my screen first. Okay, so is the game visible?
Yes.
So this is the main screen of the game, and this is a little button which shows the volume, and I have a very pretty nice background. So it says press P to play, Q to quit, S to pause the game, and E to end the game. So right now, if you check the high scores, it shows the top 10 high scorers of this game, and the last one is 209. So to get on the list, I have to beat this score. So let's beat it. So this is a little gameplay. I have to shoot these enemy fighter planes, and some power-ups will down like this one, and I have double shoot ability. Now, as you can see, I have created the high score with 367. Now I can end the game. If I end the game, you can see that I have created a new high score, and I made it the world score. So I upload my name. Let's say my name Shah, and update it. And if I check the high score, you can see now the high score is updated, and my name is on the list. And this is a little history tab. If I click on it, I can read the history about the main original game Space Invasion, how it's created and how it became popular, and how it and what the commercial success it gains. And these are some other games which are similar to the Space Invasion, like Space Battle, Space Invasion 1980, Space Invasion Alien Shooter game, Space Invasion Thunder, Space War, Air Fighter, and there are many more games. So this is it. I can press Q to quit the game. It quits. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was really a wonderful presentation. So I would now like to ask the judges, do you have any question for this team?
Yeah, I have a quick question. So in this, for a particular user, are you having, you do have a username, but are you trying to track that person's previous record, or is it only global?
I mean, if you type the same name that's already present in the list, it can be overwritten. So we're not tracking anything here. Just if the user enters their name, it will be saved in the top 10 scorers.
We are also storing the local high score in our local machine in a text file. So if I made our own local high score, it also saves in the machine. We can also see that.
Mm-hmm. And this is just a computer game as of now, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Any else? Any other question?
Any other question? So, well, if they don't have any question, then I guess that's all for now. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, well, I'm astonished to see the quality of projects that we have got for this edition of Hack in the North presents Hacka-demic. So with that, before concluding, I would like to request our respective Dr. Rahul Kala sir to say a few words before we wrap up this evening.
This definitely wasn't under the plan, right?
Sir, but obviously, how can we end before you speak some words for us? Yeah.
Okay, so
yes, sir.
I'm happy to see that the technical society on the whole is moving ahead, not struck by the pandemic. And of course, we've gotten the greatest people who've been associated with the hackathons as a judge. So I had a wonderful listening around over here, just solve great problems, do great works. And this is, of course, the best time to do it. Happy to be here.
So we are happy to have you here. Yeah. Okay, so that will be all. Okay, thank you so much, sir. With that, now I would like to announce that the results will be out soon on our Discord channel. So stay tuned. And we hope that all our viewers enjoyed this stream like we did. It was really a successful event with quality submissions covering all the aspects of tech, from hardware to software, AI, ML, AR, VR, blockchain, and many more. You all can obviously watch this video on our channel later or subscribe for more. So with that, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our wonderful and renowned judges for making this event a grand success. I, being the lead organizer of Hack in the North, along with Shivam, would also like to take this opportunity to thank our entire organizing team of Hack in the North. Thank you so much, guys. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants of our hackathon, along with all the viewers who made this event a warm success in this chilly winter. Thank you, everyone. Happy hacking. Thank you. Bye-bye.